category. There's not a whole lot of natural shows specifically in Southern California, so I typically do have to travel, so I want to make it worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You ever thought about taking a stab at NPC or nah? It's not happening.
I would have to either, so when I first started bodybuilding, I did do figure, and I had a lot more size to me. Uh,
Right.
Keeping muscle and size on is very difficult for me. A lot of that has to do with my job as a trainer. I'm on my feet from 6:30 a.m. till 6:30 or 7:30 p.m. every day. I mean, I'm burning, burning, burning.
Right.
And when COVID hit and my business closed for that time period, and I wasn't lifting anymore, I was just running. I basically ran off all of my muscle. And I'm not kidding. I
Yeah.
lost like close to 25 pounds. And that was pretty much all muscle. So I kind of had to change my perspective on competing. Um, I play to win, right? And so if I were to go out and do figure again, I probably would not do very well, and I'd have to take a big break from doing shows in order to put that mass back on.
Right.
And for me, in these categories that I do now, it almost fits my body better. And so I can train towards it and I enjoy it more. I don't feel as, I don't feel like I'm doing something that maybe my body wasn't meant to do. Like with figure,
Yeah.
my body's not meant to have that mass on it, but I could try as much as I want, but
Right.
naturally, I'm not going to achieve that look. It's just not the way that my metabolism and my hormones are wired. Your body shape is your body shape.
Yeah, I get it. Cause it seemed like it, like the FPC and IFBB Pro, that's a different level, and there's a bodybuilder. Well, she's not a bodybuilder. She does something different. But someone was telling me about their experience in bodybuilding, and they just didn't want to do it no more because it was a lot on the mind and stuff like that. They 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 did other things, so So I get it. I get it. I get
Right.
it.
I mean, it's mentally and physically demanding, and NPC and IFBB, those are great organizations, but for me to achieve that look and be on stage next to competitors of that stature, I would have to, take something to help improve my performance and my look. And um, that's not the approach that I like to take, especially like in my philosophy of, owning a substance abuse treatment center. Like it's all about clean, healthy
Yeah.
lifestyle choices. So that's the road and avenue that I choose. Whether you do it
Right.
naturally or not, you still got to put in the time. You still got to diet. So no disrespect to those who do that. That's just not the type of show that I choose.
Yeah. So you enjoyed France.
Hmm.
Did you love your stay in France, like in terms of sightseeing and all that stuff?
Oh yeah. Afterwards, we pretty much dominated Paris. We did like every tour that you could possibly do. I packed
Yeah.
every day with. So I had a travel agent help me. I get really nervous. I've been overseas several times with bodybuilding. I've been to Italy, South Korea twice, Australia twice, and I just get nervous about like buying the tickets and just doing something wrong. And so I actually went to high school with a travel agent. So she helps me out. And nowadays they have it so top notch and easy that like they give you a cell phone app and you literally just pull up the day and then it's like you're supposed to be here at this time, here at this time, here. And
Right.
that's how he did it. And so we got to make the most of that trip and it was really, really awesome. And I met some really great people there and that we're still in touch with.
Yeah. Well, you got some people here. Anthony Watkins, he said hi, and Fiora, good. You know. Yeah. I always admire your pictures. I mean, especially a lot of times you post on Instagram. You can check it out.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
some pictures. That's from a couple years ago. That's the athletic category.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
You
you wear
still, now go ahead. I'm sorry.
the shorts and the sports bra, and they do, they do run through the series of poses like, side chest, triceps, back, etc. So I really like that category. And then you get to put together, like a 1 minute where you get to do your walk to a song that you like. So that's actually one of my favorite categories.
Yeah. You still do the basketball thing?
I do. That's in the sports model category. And
Yeah.
that was just a photo shoot after a competition.
Yeah.
That was in Chicago, and that's another
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Nice
yeah, it's
picture.
just fun stuff. And then I
Yeah.
get,
So,
some opportunities to do photo shoots with photographers who see me at the shows or locally represent some brands and things of that nature.
what about like magazines and stuff like that?
Let's see, I have been on the cover of a magazine. Let me see if I can manipulate this. Okay, if I were to go this way, let me see, I'm going to stand right.
Yeah, I see your trophies.
Okay, if I go
Yeah, I
up,
almost see it.
there
Yeah, I
it is.
almost see it. Yeah.
There it is.
What's that? Games?
Yeah, it's Natural Gains
Yeah.
magazine. So I got to be on the cover of
Okay.
that before.
Yeah, look pretty nice. Maybe
Yeah,
send you can send it to me or something, Look nice.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I got to do that. That's an example of a small group that I have at my studio. I have males and females. That was actually
Yeah.
that's a picture from the first day that I had a re-grand opening when I moved my studio back in Oceanside just this year in October that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So
Right.
now I'm on a street called Pierview Way. And so I'm literally like 2 blocks from the beach, and we can do our cardio going to the beach. And there's a pier at the very end of the street. And it's the same
Right.
pier that I was actually proposed to on New Year's Eve. So this very day, but that was, wow, that would have been like 13 or 14 years ago now. And then
Right.
I also renewed my wedding vows on that pier where we did like a 10-year vow renewal. So that was neat.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so it's kind of
What
like me. I'm right where I'm supposed to be, is what I feel like God plot me. I finally made it.
what's it like training people, with that struggle with dieting and trying to stay fit for you.
So a lot of the small groups and clients, I actually do a lot of working out with them. And that helps me, in my own fitness journey as well. I lead by example. It is tough, like having the energy and the stamina to sustain, teaching classes and being on your feet all day. But I've learned over the years how to balance, times of just demonstrating and times of being more interactive, depending on the audience that I have in front of me. So I do work with mostly the general population and older adults. So I have a strong following with seniors. So like the client
Right.
right before our discussion here, she's in her early 80s, and she had a fall and has, been hesitant of getting on the ground and being able to get back
Mm.
up. And today we made some headway, and she could actually get down from the ground and stand back up. And that's a huge, I mean, your balance diminishes with age. You can get, dizzy spells, medications that you take, and right, previous injuries make it hard. And so maintaining your independence as you get older gets harder and harder without help. And so if you were to fall, it's so important to be able to get back up without help. So, in a setting like that, I'm not being physically, demanding of myself to help someone in that way. So I have a good mix of that in my day where there's more hours that I'm interactive and definitely go, 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 and other hours of the day where it's slowing down and just kind of guiding and assisting someone.
Yeah, like it's interesting you mentioned that because my father he has like he has a bit of similar experience where he has trouble walking and stuff to a point where he has to get like a wheelchair. And,
Hmm.
the doctor had explained that there's something like a line in his head where he has trouble balancing and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So he walks really slow, and
Hmm.
there's moments where it ain't always easy, and then sometimes he acts up, and sometimes he kind of urinates on himself a lot too, and he's
Hmm.
trying to just because I think he sleeps a lot, and then when the bladder kind of reached to that point, he before he gets to the bathroom, he's already leaking on the floor, and then I have to clean it up and stuff like that. So that been like a really a lot for me, and I tried to get him to the gym like months ago, but it ain't easy. And then I end up
Hmm.
like owing like the gym a lot of money and stuff. That's what sucks too. So I said forget it, you know. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's a lot, for senior citizens and stuff. So
Right.
yeah. Yeah, that's good though. Yeah.
That's
What
old.
like what compet? Oh,
That's an
yeah, I
older
could
one.
tell you.
That's the figure competition. A
Oh,
long
okay,
time ago,
okay. Is that
probably 2018
yeah,
or 2019, maybe.
yeah, okay,
It's just a photo shoot.
yeah. I went kind of crazy over your pictures a bit. I get like that at times,
That's
you
okay.
know.
So that's the one piece swimsuit category that I do.
Yeah. All right.
So again, you do the different poses and, uh, they're they are looking for shape and symmetry, but, kind of a harder look. And my coach is very experienced, so we do cater to what my competition is going to be like. So, for
Right.
example, in going to Paris or France, we looked up, just like how you look at the pictures, we looked at the pictures of what other girls look like. And so I knew that I needed to have a little bit of like a fuller look, rather than just so tight. And because that's probably what the judges would be looking for. I mean, a little bit of a guessing game, but if that's what the general consensus is across the winners that you see. So I did something different before that show than I had ever done, and in France I had to eat like a whole sandwich before I got on stage so that I would have a bigger look. And it's not like it's not like I was upset about it. I got to
Oh,
eat the
okay.
whole sandwich. I was starving, and the bread in France is amazing and fresh and way different than anything here. So that was cool. And because of that, we saw, okay, that did well. And so we learned from that. And then when I came back to Chicago and had a competition later that year, they're like, let's do it again. And so
Yeah.
it tricks to the trade, and you learn along the way, and you get better and better over time.
Do you place better like in these competitions than the competitions before, like in NPC?
Do I what? I didn't hear the
No, do you
question.
place better? Do they place you? Do you feel like they better? Like you know how like the like there's one, two, three, like
Yeah, it's just like
you
that.
you understand?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like what
there's
place
first.
that they play? Oh, you won it. Oh, you won a
Yeah, I won first place in
I'm
the three
so
categories.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying
I
to,
was being humble, and I didn't, get into all that. I just said I won.
No, that's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's good. That's good. You know.
Hmm.
You know.
So that's another
I'm
one
sorry.
piece. And then
Yeah.
some other things that happened this year, I had a couple books come out that I had published. So you could see those behind me. I had a children's book come out about a
Yeah. What's
pug.
that about?
Well, I have two pugs, and they're the mascots at my studio, and they come to work with me every day, and clients love them. And their names are Steve Nash and Scottie Pippen. And
Okay.
so I've written a couple books with pugs as the main characters. And so the first children's book I ever wrote was called Nellie Pug Grows Muscles. And so it was about a pug that becomes a bodybuilder. And it was basically the story of my coach and I. And Nellie was my coach's mom's middle name. And so I lost my mom early on from addiction, and that's why I have the treatment center and all of that. So now you understand how it all
Right.
comes together. So I kind of like to carry on doing things in remembering my mom. So I asked him, "What's your mom's middle name?" And so then I wrote another book with my mother-in-law's name, and her name is Darcel. So that book is called Darcy Pug, and that's about Darcy Pug plays basketball. So then I have another one coming out, and it will be about a pug that says no to drugs.
Yeah.
So
Could you show it? Like, I don't know, like could you show the pictures, like the
I can
illustration
just
or
grab
something?
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that one. So it's cute.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cute.
so it goes through, it's just like a book, any other book with
Who did the
illustrations.
illustration? Who did the
Well, so
illustration?
I have a publishing company. So I actually did not know this illustrator. They assigned
No, okay.
her to me. Her name is Alexis Eastburn. And I mean, they kind of have known me because I've written other books with them. So they know my style, and they did a
Put
really
it a
great
little bit
job.
higher
They
for
did a
yeah,
really great job of matching me with the illustrator.
yeah.
And so she did the other pug book too. And in this one, as you get better and better at things, this one I put a bunch of activities. So like a fill in the blank, there's a picture of me and
Right.
my pugs right there.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have kids, but I have pugs. So that's pretty awesome, like coloring. So
Oh, that's cool.
so these, I actually sold a few of these as people wanted them to give them as Christmas gifts to their grandkids and everything. So that was nice.
Yeah, nice. How the as people this if the do people been kind of like buying them or purchasing them the books or
Yeah, so I have an Amazon account with all the books that I've
yeah,
written, and
right.
I've actually written. There's 9 of them, and then the new one coming out will be 10. So I have cookbooks on there. This one. Um, so I have my doctorate in health and human performance, and why is it like so weird?
But
They actually made a
yeah,
textbook out of my research study. So
okay,
they use these in college courses. So that's pretty neat too. Um,
okay.
but the thing about that one is a lot of people want to get that one and it costs a lot. The thing that people don't understand is that when you sell books on Amazon, you don't get to determine the price, like they do all that. So, like,
Yeah.
oh, that's expensive, or oh, it's only, and I'm like, and if you ever look at Amazon, one day it costs one thing and one day it costs another. So that's not up to me, but I always appreciate it when people buy one of my books. I mean, any way to support is
Oh, that's
is
cool.
always kind.
That's cool. What made you want to do like a children's book? Out of curiosity.
I think just the fact that my pugs have just become so much a part of like my brand, and that I do little pug videos every day with them, that it just kind of was like, maybe this could be something cool. And I just